I'm gonna hit record, and then now I'm gonna tell you like 3 things you can do.
Okay.
So firstly, you wanna separate things by order of importance.
Order of
So
importance.
yeah. So like the circles are equally as important. I mean, knowing how to say I need, you need, I can you, we can, or she has to. Like that stuff comes up every week in conversation.
Okay.
So you have 25 words there that are pretty much equally as important. Now the key is to break it down to smaller bits. So as you can see, you've got slides. I'm gonna put them again on the chat so you can download like the slides.
Right.
And print them, preferably in color, unless you are like for me, I'm a visual learner, and it helps us, visual learners, it helps us to color coding, right?
Right.
That helps us. If it doesn't help you or you're indifferent, then like keep it black and white. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I'm visual too.
You visual too? Very good.
Yes.
So, like one of the things, if you can start by memorizing those 5 words first, you're good.
Okay, I remember those.
You remember those?
Necesito, puedo, tiene, que, what's the other one? Quiero, and necesito, quiere, puedo, tiene, or tengo, and tengo que.
Okay, so if there's like 1 or 2 words you less remember than the other ones, the immediate ones, take a sticky note, all right? And like write down, for example, tengo que equals I have to.
Oh, okay.
And then you're gonna put the sticky note onto your whatever. I'm literally gonna do it right now with you, so you're gonna see what it looks like.
Okay. Use sticky notes. Got it.
Yeah. All right, well, ignore my handwriting because it's not perfect, obviously.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
I can do
See
that.
the equal sign in the middle?
Yeah.
Spanish, English.
I can do that.
Right?
Right.
Okay. Nothing else on the sticky note but this one word. And then put it like, on the back of your bathroom door. Right? Like how many times a day you're going to close the bathroom door?
Right.
So every time you open and close it, I want you to see it.
Okay.
Take maybe a different color. Like I have a bag full of sticky notes, right? Like all different colors.
Uh-huh.
Take a different color, and you're gonna write something else, like the other word you're like not 100% remembering all the time. Same thing. Spanish equals English.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna put it somewhere else, like I don't know, the back of the house door.
Okay.
Right? So you're gonna like close your door in the house 5 times a day. You're gonna see that 5 times a day.
Okay.
Look at those words. Now every time you pass by a note, like do maybe 4 or 5 at the most.
4 or 5 sticky notes.
Yeah, 4 or 5 sticky notes, different points of the house where you frequently go by. And every time you pass by, kind of make a conscious effort to pause and look at the word. Connect with the word in your eyes and just scan it with your eyes.
Okay.
See that? Okay. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
If you give me something new to remember, like a process or a word, like let's say you'll teach me a new word in English, how many times do I need to look at it during a week or 2 or 3 for me to remember that word?
If I get a word, how many times do I need to look at it before I remember?
Could you guess? Like, what do you think is a logical number of times for somebody to look at a word before they remember it?
5.
Whatever, it could be 50, right? You can have the same note for 2 months. Who cares? Nobody's judging you, right?
Right.
Awesome. So keep them until you're like, you know what? I don't even need to look at that note because I know what's on it, and like that's how you remember.
Okay, I see.
Awesome. And then you're gonna rotate. You're gonna take off all those notes, make new ones with new words, and repeat the process.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Fantastic. Step number 2.
Okay.
Because you know about half of the words, like quiero, necesito, you know quiero, like that's for sure. You know it, right?
Yes.
So you don't need to write that one on any sticky notes because you already know it.
Right.
The next step is equal. What shows up equally as frequent in a conversation is you need to, you want to, you have to, etc.
Uh-huh.
So typically when you ask, when we use you, it's kind of always a question. Let me explain.
When I use what?
When you and I have a conversation and you're like, hey Judith, do you want to go to eat? Do you want pizza? Are you free on Monday? Do you want to meet on Wednesday morning? Can you, reschedule a lesson to Monday? Can you meet 5 minutes late? Like, you always kind of ask me a question.
Right.
You don't speak in my name. You don't tell me you want a glass of water. You want to sit down. You want to come here in 10 minutes. Like, you always ask me, do you want to, right?
Right.
So the same thing in Spanish. All those words for quieres, necesites, puedes, tienes que, you 99% of the time you're going to use them in a form of a question.
Okay.
Can you? Do you want to? Right? Right?
Right.
So once you remember the I person circles, go ahead and shift your focus to the you person.
Okay.
Those are the 10 most useful words ever. Okay, so that's area number 1.
I person. Okay, I'm writing this down.
Yeah, no problem. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I always describe Spanish as a 10-bedroom house. Pretend you just purchased a 10-bedroom house.
Okay.
Okay, so bedroom number 1, like room number 1 is those circle stuff. Room number 2 are the future tense. Voy a, vas a, van a. The future tense is everything you say that hasn't happened yet. So like you say, I want to go to sleep, or you could tell me, I will want to go to sleep like after this big lunch we have, right? Or I have to go pay my electric bill, or you're gonna say, hey, I'm gonna have to pay my bill tomorrow by 9 a.m. so I can see you for lunch, not for breakfast. See where I'm going with this?
Okay, so room number 2 is the future tense.
That's right.
Okay. What's
And
room number 1?
The circles. I'll actually write it down into the chat so you can see it.
I got it on paper.
You do. Awesome. So I've put it on the chat. Now it's going to be there forever. You can always come back.
Okay.
Rule number 2 is the future tense. And that is another one of those things that are kind of fairly simple. It's a very short concept. You pair one of those words with an action or a location, and that becomes, I'm going to the pharmacy. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to be busy tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to start dinner. I'm going to that restaurant for dinner. I'm going to call you back, right? All those things. So the easiest way to make a future sentence is to pair it. Pick one of those words from the gray slide. Immediately pair it with action or location.
Say that again. Say that again.
Okay, open the chat and you can see the visuals of everything I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, I see Voya, Vasa.
Awesome. So now take a minute and look. Voya means in English, I'm going to.
So Voya, Pharmacia.
Exactly. Now tell me more. Tell me a few more sentences with Voya.
Voya, Pharmacia, to buy. Comprar,
Perfect.
how do you say medicine or medication?
Medicación.
Medication.
Perfect. Now tell me, I'm going to eat.
Is my camera on?
No, you're not.
How do I find the camera?
Let me share my screen with you so you can see. There's a ribbon. There's a ribbon at the bottom of the Skype, and this is the camera. And so mine is on. So if you press on it, now you can see it's got like a red line across it. So that means it's off. Click on it. It's in blue. My camera's on. How is that working for you?
Let's see. Ribbons, no ribbons. Oh, hold on. Let's see. What? Start a call, create a Skype. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So tell me, I'm going to sleep.
Sleep?
Yeah. On your list at page 3, I believe.
Page 3. Voy a dormir.
Perfect. You see what you just did?
I put I go to with the verb to sleep.
Future. I'm going to sleep. Make sense? Okay, give me a few more. A few more with the verbs.
Voy a caminar. Voy a lavar.
Yeah.
Voy a limpiar.
Mm-hmm.
Voy a ayudar.
Mm-hmm.
Ayudar. Voy a subir. Voy a bahar.
Bahar. Yeah.
Bahar.
Mm-hmm.
Voy a tener dos tacos.
Wonderful.
Voy a manejar. Voy a estacionar.
Estacionar. Yes.
Estacionar. Voy a parar. Voy a estar. Venir. Preguntar. To ask. Preguntar. Contestar. So that's the voy a. So, say you. Vasa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vasa lavar.
Yes.
Vasa caminar. Am I asking a question or making a statement?
Typically, whenever the words out of your mouth start with you are, or you want, or you need, it's almost always a question.
Okay.
That makes sense? Like almost always. Sometimes you want to go to sleep early, right? Like you always have the right at the end of it.
Right.
Typically, the minute you say you are from your mouth, it's almost always a question. Keep going.
Okay. So Vasa caminar, Vasa lavar, Vasa limpiar, limpiar. Vas a manejar? Manahar. Manahar. Vas a, vas a venir en la casa? A la casa or en la casa?
A la casa.
A la casa. Vas a explicar? Um, so what do we want to do? Do we want to create some more
Okay.
sentences?
So no, hang on. You good? Now you see the concept in your mind's eye. How you just purchased a 10-bedroom house, and you got like different rooms, and every room has a different thing living in it, right? Good.
Okay.
Now, wanna make big impressive sentences? I'm gonna show you how to combine those two circles and future tense, and you're gonna make a big impressive sentence with
Okay.
minimal effort.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Look at the two sentences I just put on the screen.
Okay.
Read them out in English.
I'm going to the bank because I have to pay the rent. I'm going to
Awesome.
buy it. Okay.
Okay. Now look at the English, and I'm telling you, you know how to say that in Spanish.
Okay. Voy a el banco
Yep.
porque quiero pagar el rentar.
Look at you. Oh yeah.
All right.
All right. Do the other one.
I'm going to buy a car because I want to travel. Voy a comprar a carro porque quiero to travel. What is the
Okay.
travel?
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Next one.
Vas a San Diego mañana?
Tell me, yeah, literally the first word. Vas San Diego. Go.
Just vas San Diego mañana?
Voya. It's Voya because it's I. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. No, you're right, and I'm sorry. It's you are, so it's Vasa. Yes.
Vas a San Diego mañana?
Perfect. See how you can do it? This one.
Is it cuando? Cuando?
Yes, perfect. Yes.
Cuando? Cuando vas a? Cuando vas a?
And this is how you say to come back.
Regresar. Regresar. Cuando? Is that good? Cuando vas a regresar?
Fantastic.
Okay. Regresar is to come back.
Okay, now
Okay.
look at the first. Okay, look at the first sentence. I'm going to the bank. Connection word because that's a connection word.
Uh-huh.
And then you got a circle plus an action. I have to pay.
I have to pay.
Doing
Quiero
good?
pagar rentar.
Awesome. I can show you how to make a lot of conversation just combining those two PDFs you have, circles
Okay.
and future.
Okay.
Well, you can practice some of that in your own time.
Uh-huh.
We're going to practice some today,
Okay.
but you can also take some time during the week, play around, give me some fun sentences.
Okay. So
You want to go to eat at that new restaurant. Like, have fun.
Okay.
That's your vocabulary.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. So one more, and then we'll move to something new.
Okay.
Ask me, do you want to go to eat at that new restaurant in Central?
Oh, do you want to go eat at that new restaurant in Central? Do you want Quiere. Quiere, boy.
You don't need the future, right? Look at the thing. It's all like,
Oh.
you want to, I want your mind to make a connection. You want to means a circle. Quiere.
Quiere. Is it quiere ir?
It's quieres. You gotta end it with an S for the you person.
Okay. Quiere ir. I forgot the sentence. With me?
Okay. Really important. Keith.
All right.
Every time you mean the you person, like every time you speak about you, I want to hear the S at the end of vas, quieres, puedes, necesitas. Everything you say must end with an S. Give it a try.
Because why does it have to end with S?
Because if you end it with an E, that's going to mean he, she, or it are doing it.
Right.
And as a native Spanish speaker, you're confusing me. Like, I expect you to talk about me because it's only you and I in the room, but then you're like he or she. I'm like, wait, who, what, where, what am I missing? And it's your fault. You're confusing me.
Okay, so the S means that it specifies to you?
I'll be more specific. I'll give you an explanation.
All right.
The beginner's explanation, like the on the surface, is that the slide for the you person, you want, you need, all of those words end with an S. That's the beginner's that's like the beginner's superficial explanation, okay?
Okay.
But the real meaning is you take a verb like to need, right? To need is a verb. Necesito is a verb, right?
Right.
And you know that in English, let's do it. English verbs are kind of easy. You got, let's say, the verb to eat, right?
Comer. Comer.
Comer. Yeah, but think about English for a minute.
Okay.
The verb to eat. This is a verb that describes an action. The action is to eat.
Right.
In English, it's easy. I eat, you eat. They eat, we eat. Like, you don't need to change the thing.
Right.
The only thing that changes is he, she, or it.
Right.
He eats, she eats, right?
Right.
Okay. Past tense of this would be ate. I ate, you ate, she ate. Again, like, simple enough.
Right.
Now, in Spanish, we got a thing called verb ending.
Verb ending.
That means, AKA verb conjugations. Everybody knows them. Everybody hates them. We try not to scare you away with those ones. It could be easy. Right. I'll show you how. So when you look at your list of verbs, all those verbs on the list end with the letter R. Look at it. Confirm that it's true.
Verbs. Yes, true.
All of them end with the letter R. That means they are the root verb, aka the name of the action, aka not a conjugated verb.
Not a conjugated verb.
That's right.
Okay.
Conjugated verb means you take the verb, you kind of twist it around to incline it to reflect who's doing the action at what sentence. Okay. Ate, eat, eating, right? That's the conjugated verb. Okay. Now, the way we do that in Spanish, you got like a whole section of rules and regulation, which one to use, when not to use, what's the irregular, like you're aware of it, right? Okay. Now, put that all aside. In present tense, you person verb endings are S.
You person verb endings are S.
For the present tense only.
For the present tense only.
Awesome. Now let me show you a neat trick.
All right.
Look at your first page of verb endings. Now tell me each one of them out loud. Only instead of making the R sound, I want you to make an S sound.
Assess.
Yes. Yes.
Das. Llamas. Recordas.
Yes. Perfect.
Olvidas.
Yeah.
Perdes.
Yeah.
on contrast, on contrast,
Yes.
tras, buscas, de, dias, de as, dias,
Yes. Very good. Correct.
celis,
Yes.
celis,
Sales.
I-
Yeah.
es, is,
Yeah. Okay. Here you're gonna skip over because that's got its own special word. Skip over.
okay, and regresses,
Regresa.
progressas,
Good.
llegas.
Perfect. Keep going, please.
Esperas, esperas,
Yes.
esperas, abris,
Yes.
suras,
Yes.
suras, decease,
Yes.
how do you say decease?
Dices.
Deceive.
Yeah, this one gets like it gets an I. If you want to say you say, you're gonna all of miraculously you're gonna switch the E for an I. I'll explain later why that is, but for now,
Oh.
this is how you say it. Dices.
Thesis.
Mhm.
Thesis. Decider. Decidis.
Yes, very good. Good work.
Okay. Oh, I can't pronounce that. Ois. Ois. Ois.
Oís.
Ois.
Oís.
Ois. Okay.
Very good.
Oles.
Yep.
Ves. Vieras. Vieras. Sentas. Sentis.
Yes.
Llevas. Llevas.
Yep.
Traes.
Yes.
Traes.
Very good.
Vendes. Rentes. Compras. Pagas.
hmm
So I'm saying all these words as if I'm going to speak to a person in what tense?
Present tense,
Present tense.
and
A
it means
female or any person?
that doesn't matter. The verbs are gender or all genders.
Okay, so I'm going to speak in the present tense and add an S.
You know what? Take your pen.
Uh-huh.
Let's make sure you anchor that information. Take your
Okay.
pen,
Uh-huh.
flip to a new page in your notebook,
Alright.
and flip to a new page in your notebook and title it You Person, Verb Endings in the Present Tense.
Okay.
Which is a fancy name, so don't get scared. But here's what we're going to do. You're going to make, let's start with Spanish. Okay. You're going to write like this. The first verb you read to me, the top of the page was hacer. You
Yes.
do or you make. So I'm going to type it in exactly on the chat so you can see what I want you to write down in your own notebook.
Okay.
Write that down.
Okay.
Next, das. You give.
Which one?
Dar
Oh,
is the
okay,
second
okay,
verb on the list,
does. Okay,
and
got
we're
it.
going to write it das.
Okay, Saras.
Next, hang on, really important one. The third one is ves.
Ves.
Next one is llamas.
Llamas.
Next one is you remember.
Recordas.
Excellent. Yes, very good.
Recordas.
Next is you forget.
Olvidas. Olvidas.
Olvidas. Now let's write a few phrases. Because, for example, number one, no olvides. Don't forget.
No olvides.
Perfect.
Okay.
Write it down because it's a useful phrase. And it's literally how we say it.
Okay.
No olvides.
Don't forget.
Okay, how about if I tell you, Keith, no olvides tomar. What did I just say? Tomar is the last verb on the list, like at the very bottom. No olvides tomar your sunglasses.
It's the last word on the list. 1, 2, 3.
On the
4.
verb list, at the very, very last, tomar. You know what? Wait, it might be on the bottom of page 4. Let me confirm that. Tomar is middle of page 4. Right underneath to travel, that would be tomar.
To drink or to take?
Awesome. So if I tell you, Keith, no olvides tomar tus sunglasses.
Take the sunglasses.
Don't forget to take your sunglasses. That makes sense?
Yeah, say it again.
No olvidas tomar. And then insert object, keys, sunglasses, your takeaway food, whatever.
Okay.
Or driver license.
Okay. No olvides tomar sunglasses.
Good. Another phrase. Let's say I want to tell you, oh my God, do you see this? Do you see that? Look, 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 look. Do you see that?
You see that.
Okay, do you see that?
Say,
I'm going to tell, okay, which verb are you going to use?
I'm going to use vas vidas. Vas
No problem.
What is the word for that?
Okay. Firstly, the easiest way, if you ever forget the word, all you have to do is tell me the word ves.
Ves?
Ves.
Ves.
Look at the one we just wrote. We wrote down the verb to see there, and we
Ves.
wrote it with an S. So it's the sound is ves.
Ves. Got it.
And ves means to see, right? Ves means you see, right?
You see. Yes.
So literally, to ask me you see, all you have to do is just tell me that one word and finish with a strong question mark in your tone of voice.
Ves?
Yeah. And then you can point at whatever it is.
Okay. So I don't have to say you see that?
Okay, yes. So now here comes, like, how do you say, do you see this, do you see that? We say that, lo ves. Lo ves.
Where do I find these words? Lo ves.
Firstly, I type it, Number 2, low, is a completely different topic we are about to cover, but not right now.
Okay.
Different bedroom.
All right. Low vest is. Do you see that? Or this?
Yeah, it's this, that. It covers all 3 of those options. So
Okay. Low vest.
This makes it easier because you only have to remember a phrase.
Okay.
Like cerveza, right? Lo ves?
Cerveza. Right.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, here's an experiment. You and I are walking down the street in Ensenada, and I'm gonna look at you and say, Keith, lo ves? Tacos baratos, 2 por 1. Tacos baratos.
Do I see desperados?
Tacos
Tacos?
baratos.
Baratos. Do I see that? Is that a restaurant or what is that?
Okay. Well, baratos is the second most important word you must learn in Mexico.
Okay.
That means cheap.
Oh, okay. Got you. Is it on my sheet?
No, it's life knowledge you learn in the lesson.
Okay. Life knowledge. Cheap.
Cheap.
Say it again.
Barato
Barato.
or baratos. Because cheap is a description word, you have 4 different options of how to say it. Single feminine, single masculine, multiple masculine, etc., etc. We're just going to keep it simple for the first few months. We'll just say the word cheap, barato, baratos if it's plural. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right.
Awesome. Okay, so now look again at everything you wrote so far.
Okay.
Everything under the title, you, person, verb endings in the present tense. Those words. Okay, let's write a few more.
Okay.
We stopped it there. Then we had Yamar. Which one was the last one we stopped at, please? Olvidar, right? Olvidar. Okay, all those words. This is how you say you give, you make, you call, you see, you forget, you remember.
Okay.
Okay. Again, I want you to take your pen and write down. Now we're gonna do like a little different. You remember, and then give me an example with this sentence. You remember my friend, you remember my neighbor, or your wife, whatever you must tell me something.
Regresas a la tienda.
Right. Okay, give me an example. You remember that something.
The word for remember is regressar. So regressas.
No, you're mixing it up. Look at the list. It's the one next to it. It's not regressar. Sounds like recording. That's the word for remember.
Okay, record.
Yeah.
Record as. Tienda.
Yeah. Okay, ask me, do you remember where the house is or whatever? Like pretend we're a little lost.
Recordas a la tienda.
Please say where. Where is?
Where is? Donde?
Yeah, perfect.
Regreses. ¿Dónde está la tienda?
Okay, perfect. Now ask me, do you remember where the house is?
Do you remember where the house is?
Let's say you went to see like a rental and you're asking your friends, like, do you remember where the house is?
Do you remember where the house is? Do you remember where the house is? Record us Donde recuerdas? Remember esta la tienda.
It's a store. That's not a house. Tell me house.
What is it?
Tienda means the store. What is the word for house?
Oh, casa.
There you go.
La casa.
All right, say it to me again, please.
Recuerdas donde a la casa recuerdas donde a la casa está a la casa.
Okay, you kind of made it more complicated than it needed to be.
Yeah.
Simplify. ¿Recuerdas dónde está la casa?
What is it?
¿Recuerdas
Recuerdas
dónde está
donde
la
está
casa?
la casa. Okay.
Good one. ¿Dónde está is where is, and I'm pretty sure you already know that one, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
There you go.
There it is.
Do you remember where is, and then recuerdas dónde está? Details. That makes sense? That particular formula?
Yeah, donde está.
Recuerdas dónde está? Details.
Recuerdas donde está?
Great. Do you know how to say how much is something, like to ask for the price? How do you ask for the price? Everybody knows how to say that, so I'm pretty sure you do too. It's not on your list. I'm pretty sure you know, everybody kind of knows this.
How much?
Yeah. How do you say how much? You're gonna
Cuando.
no, cuando is when, right? It's similar.
Qualo?
Cuánto,
Quanto.
right? Okay, and what's the second word?
Cui? No.
Cuánto cuesta?
Quanto cuesta?
Are you familiar with that one?
No.
Okay. Cuánto cuesta? I met a lot of Americans who are like spring break Cancun 2004. That's what everybody learned.
Oh, okay.
How much is it?
You forgot my age. I haven't done spring break in lots of years.
Oh, okay, then. Got it.
Quanto cuesta? How much is it? Quanto cuesta?
Okay. So now ask me, do you remember how much was the rent?
Do you remember how much was the rent? Recordas?
Yes.
Como? Rent?
No, you're gonna use cuánto cuesta.
Oh. Quanto costa? Recordas quanto costa? Cuesta. Quanto cuesta? Recordas quanto cuesta?
You can like write it this way. That's the phonetic spelling. So if you read it in English,
Right.
you actually make the right Spanish sound.
Right.
Can you read it? Let's see if that works for you.
Quanto cuesta?
Fantastic.
Okay, so recordas quanto cuesta?
Okay.
Rent.
Yeah. Okay, now ask me again. Do you remember where the house is?
La casa.
Yeah, and then like ask me the full thing.
Recordas quanto cuesta a la casa?
Okay, let's do a few more examples that are really like useful in every day. Okay.
All right.
Regressar is to come back.
Regressar is to come back.
Regressar, like go look at the one right underneath here. That's the one that says come back. On your list of verbs, I mean. And now tell me that word with an F.
Pasas.
Say that better.
Pensas.
No, go look at find the one that means come back. You said the wrong one.
Oh. What page? 1, 2, or 3?
We're on page number 1. It's at the bottom of number 1. The word before last is come back.
Regressar. Regressas.
Okay, now, yes, again, tell me again.
Regresses.
Awesome.
Regresses.
Now look at me and ask me, when you come back? When do you come back? Like 2 words, when and regresses. How do you say that in Spanish?
Cuando regresses.
Does that make sense? Cuando is when. Regresses is you come back.
Okay. Cuando regresses.
Awesome. Now write it down because that's kind of a good phrase. When are you coming back?
Cuando.
Cuando regresses.
Okay.
Okay, so in Spanish we use the word arriving, like when are you getting into town, right? Like when you get here to arrive. That's what we say. What do you personally say in English? Like when you want to describe to me the concept of arrive, like what word do you use?
What's your ETA? When do you get here?
Okay, let's say I'm like, let's say I'm letting you know I'll be in Vegas, in about a week or 2, and let's meet up for drinks. And like you want to ask me like the day I'm getting in. So like, how do you ask me that in English?
Yuta, what day are you getting here next week?
Okay, so everything you're going to say in English about that concept of somebody arriving to a place, you're going to use the verb llegar.
Llegar.
Okay? So you're going to start with the word when in Spanish, cuando. When, and then tell me the verb to arrive with the S ending. Llegar is right underneath the one we just did with the remember.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you want me to say the sentence, everything I said?
Everything you said is going to be only 2 words in Spanish. When are you arriving?
Cuandas llegas.
Llegas. Yes, that's work. When are you getting here? Cuando llegas.
I kind of like that. 2 words.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good concept. 2 words.
Yeah.
Llegas.
Huh?
Okay, now let's do something fun.
Yes.
Let's say you want to ask the store or the restaurant, when do you close? Like until what time you're open or what time do you close? You kind of want to find out until what time they're open, right? They're closed.
Right. Okay.
Cerrar is the verb for to close.
What is the word?
I'm gonna cerrar.
Okay, cerrar.
I'm gonna put on the screen. It's
Cuando cerras.
excellent. That's perfect. That's exactly how you ask that.
Cuando cerras.
Cuando cerras.
Is it cuando or cuandas?
Cuando. So if I want to like come back and eat later or shop later or anything, pay my bill or something, I typically ask, what time do you close?
How,
All right.
how come you don't change the ending on cuando?
Since cuando is a word, it's not a verb. When isn't an action. It's a description, a concept. You see what I'm saying? Like only actions get their actions and description words, they get the end changing. It's kind of like a tail. You know, if you want to think about like a lion, a male lion and a female lion, there's a lot of times like the male and the female have difference in size and the tail looks different. Like the peacock male has a fancy tail and the female don't.
Right.
So same thing. Masculine and feminine, like description words, they get that, and verbs get that, but concepts don't.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thanks for bearing with me.
No
I know I have funky examples.
No, I need that. I like your visualizations. That's good.
Okay, good. One more. Let's do one or two more. How do you, the word to open is right above the verb to close. So ask me, when do you open?
Cuando. What page was I on? Man, I'm not organized at all. What page? 4, 3.
The first word, that's page number 2, and we are the second word on page number 2.
Cuando abrir.
Fantastic.
Cuando
abrir. When do you open?
Okay.
So write down those two phrases onto your notebook.
Cuando abrir.
Because I think they're useful to your visit.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. One more and then I'll let you go. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. The next two words on the same page are to hear and to smell.
Okay.
And oír and oler,
Here.
you're going to make them end with an S, so say them out loud.
Cuando oís?
Yeah.
Cuando oles. Cuando oles.
Awesome. Now we're going to stop using cuando for this particular example. We're going to use something else.
All right.
And this is how you say, do you hear that?
Do you hear that?
Do you smell that? ¿Oís esto?
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, esto is the word for that or this. It's the same word for those words in English. Esto.
Okay.
And you literally just say, ¿oís esto?
Oís esto? Do you hear that?
Or if you want to say, do you smell that? ¿Oles esto?
Oiles estro. Oiles esto.
Esto. Yeah.
Okay.
Simple enough, right?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Like everything that's simple, we want to learn first.
Okay.
These
right.
are the words for this, that, and it. As you can see, you've got that slide. We have 4 words, depending if it's it, single feminine object, it, single male object, it, plural object, right? So don't worry about that. You can use the word esto for pretty much anything in your life for the next year or 2.
Okay. Estos.
Esto, yeah.
Okay. Esto. It is it this that. Okay.
What?
Okay.
Okay. 2 things I want you to do for homework.
All right. I knew that was coming. Homework.
We'll keep it fun. Listen, if you're not having fun, don't do your homework.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Go ahead.
number 1, I want you to say out loud all this verb cheat sheet with the S ending.
S endings.
Mm-hmm.
Verbs with
I want you
S.
to say it out loud 2-3 times during the week to feel more confident when you're saying that.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
Number 2, yeah, just kind of say them out loud to get comfortable with them and familiar with them all.
Okay.
Number 2, you can write me 5-6 sentences using all those connection words and general vocabulary you have, and just give me a few sentences. When are you coming back? Wow, what are you drinking? And do you smell this? All this stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
I can do that. Okay.
See you next week. You have a
Yes,
good week.
ma'am. Thank you. Hey,
Gracias, señor.
I'm gonna want to send you a payment. I want to send you a payment. Today was the last day, right?
No, you have one. You have next week.